So, this is where we left off in the last video. We talked about scalar and vector quantities. Now, we're going to see how you represent the vector. The thing is, since you have both magnitude and direction, you have a certain representation for it. If you say you have a vector, a force, and that force is 7 newtons at 30 degrees to the horizontal, or you represent it. Well, the 7 Newton, what you do? You draw a line, and if you use a graph, 1 centimeter for 1 Newton, you make it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 centimeter. So you have the 7 Newton, but you need to fix it up. 30 degrees to the horizontal, right? So if it's 30 degrees to the horizontal, you have to lean it so that it is 30 degrees to the horizontal. Make we say this at the horizontal. So your vector now would have be 30 degrees to the horizontal. Alright. But then you have one more thing. How you know so the vector go so and not so? Well, you put an arrow. So you're going to put arrow upon the vector. So you say that line that represents the vector, you put the arrow there. So now, what you have is 7 newtons acting 30 degrees to the horizontal. Nice. So now, without the horizontal, you have your vector, the arrow, and you have the labeling, 7 newtons. Now, suppose you need to talk about the vector again and again and again. You need to represent the vector. How are you going to deal with that? Alright. You can't afford to draw a line, draw an arrow at the angle every time. So you give the vector a name. You can label both sides of the vector and say, call it A and B. The starting point is called A and the end point you call B. So you can write vector AB. Alright, good. You have vector AB. But then the thing is this a case where every time you're going to have to write VECTORAB? No, sir. Can't bother with that. You have another way that you can write AB and show is a vector. You say A, B, and arrow above it to show that you're acting from A to B. So that is another way you can represent the vector. Alright? Once you see the arrow above the AB, you know that is vector AB. Now you have another way you can represent a vector too. What you can do, first, if you draw the arrow with the vector and show it, the vector with the arrow and show it, and you have your 7 newtons here. What you can do is use one lowercase. Now notice the AB are uppercase. You must not write AB like that. That's wrong. Alright? If you label the two sides of the vector, they must be uppercase letter, capital letters. Now, with this, you can use one letter and represent it. You can call it, sometimes U, they use U, sometimes they use V. Right? But you can call it a name with one letter. We can even use an A, lowercase a. Now, if you type it, the A with a bold. But if you write it, what you can do is say A and draw a little line below it to show that it is a vector. Alright? So, you have vector A. So that is that. You see that? Now, here, you have what they call the horizontal and the vertical components of a vector. We're going to see how that go. Alright? The H and V components of the vector. We're going to do that in the next video.